Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, November 7th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 581 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to Republicans and Democrats on elections results they don't like, accept the facts that you have lost and move on. This abandoned ski resort stood for 20 years in Michigan, now it's getting demolished. Texas Democrat candidate and former Bush advisor says Jesus today would be accused of being woke. Facebook and Google profit from video of my daughter being murdered. Taylor Swift thanked Eric Church for getting fired from a tour with a gold record. A mom was arrested for bringing a knife to a police station to stab the necrophiliac who raped her dead daughter. Top Democratic challenger to controversial Rep. Lauren Boebert ends campaign following Colorado redistricting. Proof of acts required as strict mandate takes effect in LA. I don't want to look old, Steve Harvey photo with Silver Fox Squad has fans celebrating his fashion glow-up. Astonishing images of Roman slave quarters in Pompeii frozen in time for almost 2,000 years by volcanic eruption. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Bomb threats trigger evacuations at Columbia, other Ivy Leagues, NBC New York. NASA warns that massive asteroid is headed towards Earth, but there's no need to panic, The Independent. Virginia victory gives some Republicans glimpse of future without Trump, The Guardian. Travis Scott and Live Nation sued over Astroworld 2021, Pitchfork. Bengals vs. Browns score, Cleveland trounces Cincinnati behind Baker Mayfield's strong performance, CBSSports.com. Google explains why the Pixel 6's fingerprint scanner may be sluggish, The Verge. How did the enslaved workers of Pompeii live? A new discovery provides a rare glimpse, NPR. New York City Marathon returns with fanfare and optimism, The New York Times. Elon Musk faces a $15 billion tax bill, which is likely the real reason he's selling stock, CNBC. Vin Diesel asks Dwayne Johnson to return to Fast and Furious franchise, Hollywood Reporter. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Bomb threats target Ivy League schools in weekend scare. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy on narrow re-election, there's a lot of hurt out there. Eternals opens with $71 but audience response is mixed. Sarah Jessica Parker slams misogynist response to Sex and the City cast getting older. Tension rising in Iraq after failed assassination bid of PM. Surgeon General, U.S. is prepared to defend COVID vaccine rule. Stop the show, Houston concertgoers describe chaos. Kylie Jenner says Travis Scott wasn't aware of any fatalities until after Astroworld concert. Morning starts as Houston officials probe Astroworld concert deaths. Pillow guy who promised reinstatement of Trump is planning a Black Friday stunt. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. One person dead after truck flips on interstate. Bar releases statement after fatal bar fight. Students gather to search for missing teen. Benefit fishing tournament for child with leukemia. 250 boxes of food given away to residents. Daycare for special needs tries to stay at church. Bakery helps 10-year-old girls' dreams come true. Humane Society looking for who abused, dumped puppies. 1 killed, 6 others hurt in bar shooting. Mustachioed Lamborghini support Movember. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. New York City Marathon returns with fanfare and optimism. With cases piling up, an eviction crisis unfolds step by step. Afghan military pilots, on the run, feel abandoned by U.S. Astroworld victims, who they were. UFC champion Kamaru Usman wants a shot at Canelo Alvarez next. In Nicaragua election, Ortega crushes dissent. New York City Marathon, Kenyans win with emotion and grit. Two octogenarians commit to living apart together. Holiday gifts, try buying nothing new this season. Who wants to hang out with Eric Adams in Puerto Rico? Everyone. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. California police respond to shopping mall amid reports of active shooter. Packers coach Matt LaFleur unlikely to watch Aaron Rodgers' controversial interview. Biden administration took a chainsaw to energy industry, global security, Dagan McDowell. D.C. area police warned residents after multiple reports of possible spiked drinks. Sandra Lee returns to a post-Andrew Cuomo New York for swanky gala. Trump slams Biden spending bills as Green New Deal, warns Democrats will lose dozens of House seats in 2022. Democrats know priorities of American people but are purposefully ignoring us, Campos Duffy. Tulsi Gabbard to Democrats, stop trying to divide us. PETA calls for Dr. Fauci to resign, our position is clear. Marlia Mendonça, Brazilian singer and Latin Grammy winner, dead at 26 in plane crash. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, November 7th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Travis Scott has pled guilty twice for encouraging fans to rush the stage. Rachel Riley and Robinson's countdown feud to heat up. Deep beneath Liverpool, exquisitely built tunnels stretch for miles, for no apparent purpose. Jewish students wade into Oxford University row over dirty money from fascist leader Oswald Mosley. Senior Tory facing calls to quit after bid to save shamed MP. Tory peer Lord Bethel changes his story again over 90 COVID contracts. Wine or beer a day reduces cardiovascular disease, Monash University study shows. Call for police to probe cash for Honours Row, MPs demand Tories are investigated by Scotland Yard. Stressed, sniffly, cannot sleep, time to harness the power of a flower shower. New fears over microplastics in your home, we inhale up to 7,000 particles every day. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. The U.S. is finally reopening its land border to Canadians, but Canada's rules are likely to deter many. Central Asian leaders want to tighten grip on social media, Russia's playbook blazes the trail. Drone attack on Iraqi Prime Minister's home is widely condemned. On both sides of Atlantic, families separated by pandemic dust off their luggage as U.S. borders open wider. COP26 climate summit shifts from pomp and promises to difficult negotiations. Tension rises in Iraq after failed bid to assassinate PM. Nicaragua's Ortega seeks re-election in questioned vote. North Macedonia police find 42 migrants packed in a truck. German police, train attacker stabbed passengers at random. Sudan forces disperse anti-coup protesters, arrest dozens. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID hive, Plan B measures in England still possible, government advisor says, sharp rise in German infections. Astroworld, questions over why Travis Scott played on his crush developed. Josh Allen sacks and intercepts Josh Allen as Jaguars shock Bills. Max Verstappen puts title in sight after cruising to Mexican F1 GP triumph. Gay footballer Josh Cavallo would be scared to play at World Cup in Qatar. Senator behind billionaire's tax denounces Elon Musk Twitter poll stunt. Drone attack by militants on Iraqi PM marks escalation in power struggle. Kurt Zouma earns West Ham victory as Liverpool run ends with Alisson errors. Liz Cheney condemns false flag Capitol attack claim seen in Tucker Carlson film. Virginia victory gives some Republicans glimpse of future without Trump. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Some victims identified, cause SWAT in deadly Astroworld concert. Iraqi PM survives assassination attempt, ramping up tensions. Sheikh, police announce $30,000 reward for info on suspect who shot officer. After drinking water crisis, Newark is winning war on lead. Foreign citizens seek us approved shots as travel resumes. Students barred from games after chants at female goalie. Charleston, Savannah see abnormally high tides during storm. Iran begins annual war games ahead of nuke talks with West. Schools take lead role in promoting vaccines for youngsters. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Sudan coup, protesters tear gas at rally in Khartoum. Twitter poll calls on Elon Musk to sell 10% stake in Tesla. Iraqi PM al-Kadhimi survives drone attack on his home. U.S. to reopen borders to vaccinated travelers after 20 months. Astroworld, victims named as police probe U.S. festival crush. New York Marathon, Kenya's Perez Jepchirchir and Albert Koro claim wins. Astroworld, rapper Travis Scott devastated after music festival deaths. In pictures, thousands join huge pro-government rally in Ethiopia. Italian Mafia, Drangheta members convicted as Italy begins huge trial. Libya, row over attempt to suspend Foreign Minister Najla El Mangoush. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP Top Stories November 7 p. Bomb threats at Ivy League campuses prompt evacuations, similar threats at Ohio universities. Morning as Houston officials probe concert deaths. Failed assassination attempt against Iraq's PM. Travis Scott addresses fatalities at Astroworld Festival, I'm honestly just devastated. Navy christens ship USNS Harvey Milk, named after gay rights activist. The day in pictures. A Michigan university spent $88 on a women's basketball team dinner, men got $397 in snacks. Jurors have been selected in trial over Ahmaud Arbery's killing, what we know about them. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Thousands of runners take to the streets in the 2021 Los Angeles Marathon. A groundbreaking Chicano series, stored 50 years in a garage, re-emerges. A Los Angeles Police Department caused explosion cost them their home. After months of limbo, they went to the desert. SoCal public officials targeted in broadening federal investigation into pot licensing. LA launches program to expand youth sports access. LA Marathon, motorists should avoid Sunset Boulevard, other streets en route of Sunday's run. Column, LA County Sheriff called me a vendito, a sellout. Let's talk about selling out. UC Hastings College of the Law to rename school after reviewing founder's role in mass killings of Yuki Indians. After some wet weather last month, rain is back to bypassing Southern California. Column, they say their ocean-aged wine is magic in a bottle. We put that claim to the test. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, November 7th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Anti-vaxxers attempt to brag doctors for a fake vaccine but end up with a real thing. Iran sentences gay couple to death for adultery. Indonesian boats burnt at sea and crackdown on illegal fishing in Australian waters. China's exports stay strong, trade surplus tops $80 billion. Three-quarters of Poles want abortion laws softened amid protests over pregnant woman's death. Expedia to stop selling holidays that include captive dolphin shows. China builds missile targets shaped like U.S. aircraft carrier, destroyers in remote desert. 100,000 protesters at COP26. Poland tells doctors, ailing women have abortion rights. Taipei hospital implicated in prostitution ring probe. Japan reports no COVID-related deaths for first time in 15 months. The time for change is now. Demonstrators around the world demand action on climate crisis. Exploding drone assassination attempt on Iraqi PM fails. Climate change, extreme heat and drought end way of life in Iraq's famed marshes. SpaceX toilet leak forces astronauts to use diapers on trip back to Earth. The next headlines are from Forbes. NCT 127 and 17 tie Stray Kids and Text on Billboard's global charts with new hit singles. Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler is an early season MVP candidate. The critics must be crazy. Marvel's Eternals is solid superhero fun. Biden condemns failed assassination of Iraqi Prime Minister al-Khatami. The best new movies to stream on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, HBO, Peacock and Disney Plus this week. Astro World Festival videos, there is someone dead, stop the show please going unheated. ESPN's E60 looks at Barry Bonds in last year of Hall of Fame eligibility. Elon Musk's Twitter followers vote for him to sell 10% of Tesla stock. Young American tennis stars say they will contend for Grand Slam titles in near future. Several Astroworld tragedy victims identified as investigation continues. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,743,114,092 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Vin Diesel shares open invite asking Dwayne Johnson to return for Fast and Furious 10. Why is Closeo's Eternals being called the worst MCU movie ever, for reasons that are not on screen? Column. Roddy Rick pledges Astroworld earnings to festival victims' families. Kanye West dedicates Sunday service to loved ones. LACMA Art Plus film, Benedict Cumberbatch fanboys over Lil Nas X, Steven Spielberg honored and more. Marvel's Eternals racks up $161.7 million at global box office. Shonda Rhimes on the legacy of Grey's Anatomy, and whether she knows how it'll all end. Clifford the Big Red Dog review, the agreeable version of a CGI critter meets live-action diversion. LA movie theaters, restaurants will require proof of COVID-19 vaccination starting Monday. Box office, Eternals reigns supreme with $71 million debut. Operation Hidden Treasures shines spotlight on America's veterans. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A girl was rescued by police after she used a distress signal popularized on TikTok. How did the enslaved workers of Pompeii live? A new discovery provides a rare glimpse. Kenya's Albert Korir and Perez Jepchirchir have won the New York City Marathon. The U.S. Navy has christened a ship named after slain gay rights leader Harvey Milk. Astro, a founding member of the reggae group UB40, has died at age 64. Rebels are closing in on Ethiopia's capital. Its collapse could bring regional chaos. In Iraq's famed marshlands, climate change is upending a way of life. He always wanted a PhD in physics. He finally earned it at 89. A food lover faces an unimaginable choice: give up her stomach or risk a fatal cancer. Biden's infrastructure win gives him some momentum. Here's why he needs that. The following headlines are from the week. How New York City Marathon winner Perez Jepchirchir made history. Eternals, tops the box office but earns the MCU's lowest audience grade. Surgeon General defends Biden's vaccine mandate, appropriate and necessary. Iraq's prime minister survives assassination attempt. Criminal investigation ongoing after deaths at Astroworld Music Festival. SNLI debuts a new Trump and takes on Aaron Rodgers' vaccine stance in cold open. 7 cartoons about COP26 and the fight against climate change. The method behind Meta's madness. The trouble with polling. A degree worth the price tag. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Juno peers beneath Jupiter's clouds to reveal its complex atmosphere. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, November 7th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Halley's Comet and Edmund Halley's magnificent prediction. DART mission to hit and move an asteroid. Moon and Venus November 6th, 7th and 8th. The next news is from Politico. Britain's health minister, get booster shot, avoid Christmas restrictions. Polish protests erupt against abortion law after woman's death. Merkel vows not to become political troubleshooter in retirement. Nicaragua's Ortega seeks re-election in questioned vote. There's a lot of hurt out there, NJ governor says of close re-election. Biden may tap strategic reserve amid rising fuel prices, Granholm says. Rick Scott to GOP hopefuls, get Trump's support, but go beyond that. Voters sent a message on Tuesday for more action, Klain says. Payments to families separated at border are for the Department of Justice to decide, WH advisor says. Surgeon General defends embattled vaccine mandate. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. IBAC hearings live updates, Autumn Samayurek in the box seat for branch stacking inquiry. Australia News Live, Victoria records 1,126 new local COVID-19 cases, 5 deaths, NSW restrictions ease as state records 187 new cases, 7 deaths, Michael Sukar responds to allegations. Verstappen wins in Mexico, extends lead in F1 title chase. BHP sells Australian coking coal mines to Stanmore Resources in $1.2 billion deal. Sukar completely rejects allegations he rorted taxpayer funds. Twitter has spoken, Elon Musk should sell $28 billion Tesla stake. Leading the way to a renewable energy future. Make the big switch and go further. Victoria records 1,126 new cases, 5 deaths as COVID-19 booster program begins in pharmacies. A chef discovers her wild side hunting, fishing and foraging in Tassie. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Wall Street Journal, infrastructure bill approved, but Biden faces hurdles with bigger spending plan. Newswatch, it's a melt-up. U.S. stocks are on an unusually strong run heading into the holidays. Dow Jones Newswires, Sydney Airport agrees to $23.6 billion Australian dollars takeover bid from consortium. Keywords, Elon Musk let Twitter users decide whether to sell 10% of his Tesla stock. They said yes. In one chart, Peloton stock's pain is the mirror opposite of Planet Fitness gain. It's really a toy. Zillow closes home flipping business. What does that say about the reliability of its Zestimate home valuation tool? Keywords, you are just force-feeding yourself potentially toxic assets. Redfin's CEO remains cautious about iBuying's future. The Market Watch Q&A, the easiest thing to do is buy homes. OfferPad CEO sees a bright future for iBuying despite Zillow's high-profile exit. The big move, I own a rental home in California. How can I leave it to my daughter so she can avoid capital gains taxes? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Patents joining the hot NFT market, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Great inventors are industry outsiders and must be protected, IPWatchdog.com. Column, CFB board member creates biosimilar whiskey, the Center for Biosimilars. The next headlines are from Quartz. A solution to the labor shortage, teens. These are the first images from Landsat 9. 5 economic effects of daylight saving time. With movie theaters struggling, AMC is getting into the popcorn business. Africa at COP26, mainstreaming crypto, the continent's PayPal. What parents need to know about the coming metaverse. Amazon and Starbucks are starting to give low-wage workers more job flexibility. What do we really know about vaccine effectiveness? How a carbon market would work. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. This week in TechDirt history, October 31st, November 6th. What if the era of video game mashups is about to begin? We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Bills vs. Jaguars. Falcons vs. Saints. Raiders. Ravens. James Austin Johnson. Ed Sheeran. Packers. Liverpool. Yellowstone Season 4. Dallas Cowboys. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Watch protesters against vaccine mandates square off with counter rally in Boston. New York's Ivy League University campus evacuated over bomb threat. Ukraine dismisses U.S. media reports about alleged Russian military buildup on border. Police investigate suspicious Facebook ad after 12 passengers vanished from plane during emergency landing. Biden administration prepared to defend COVID-19 vaccine mandate even after appeals court freezes it. Travis Scott's partner Kylie Jenner claims they were unaware of Astroworld fatalities until after show. Quad given talent, world champ Sherbakova restores jump in style by taking Grand Prix gold as 15-Yo-Chromic Seal silver, video. Outrage as Russian OnlyFans model shakes her booty in front of Musk. Explosion destroys cafe near Kazakhstan's Caspian Sea border, video. Take a bow, World Cup winner Griezmann runs from halfway line to smash sensational goal, then suffers heartbreak in thriller. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Get ready for your woke 401k. UN committee to decide who gets Afghanistan's seat amid rival claims. Texas set to rise in 2026, no matter what happens with Build Back Better. Iran blames U.S. for assassination attempt on Iraq PM as fresh unrest set to explode in streets. Matt, Rusi agate has no rock bottom. 5 unanswered questions as FBI raids Project Veritas over a missing Biden diary. Majority of Twitter poll respondents say Musk should sell 10% of his Tesla stock. New poll suggests GOP victory in 2022, Biden approval sinks to 38% while Kamala's even worse. Are investors wrong to worry about China? Morgan Stanley responds. Surgeon General, Biden admin prepared to defend OSHA vaccine mandate after court ruling. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Burhan says he will not be part of Sudan government after transition. On the death of my maternal grandmother, an anti-obituary. Are COP26 climate crisis talks heading toward failure? West Africa bloc ECOWAS imposes sanctions on Mali leaders. Musk should sell 10% of his Tesla stock, Twitter users say. Palestinian slam Israeli comments on U.S. consulate in Jerusalem. UK government denies corruption claims over Conservative Party donors. Muslim monitoring case goes to U.S. Supreme Court. What's at stake? COVID and Indian media's credibility crisis. Libya set to open registration for election candidates. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Poll, Biden approval plummets to under 38% as Republicans take commanding 8-point lead in generic midterm ballot. 8 killed at Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival include a 14 and 16-year-old. Infrastructure law hints that China's role in Biden's push for electric vehicles could threaten American jobs. Killer Cope, SNL Cecily Strong attacks Texas heartbeat law in depressing clown abortion skit. Nolte, Marvel's Walker Eternal stumbles with $71 million opening. Watch, giant Let's Go Brandon banner flies through sky at Georgia-Missouri game. Eternals is Marvel Studios' lowest rated film, at Rotten Tomatoes and in CinemaScore audience rating. Sports media demonize Aaron Rodgers, nearly silent on NFL player who killed a woman. WH's Richmond, Fox News asked insensitive, disrespectful questions about money for migrants. Photo, Teachers Union President slammed for removing mask at conference. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 6, Army CIA unit studied the real UFO Blue Book cases. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Watch scuba diver thrilled to encounter one of the world's most bizarre fish with no tail. Prostate cancer breakthrough, a protein that stops tumor growth is discovered as remedy for drug resistance. The inspiring story, mission and artwork of the Parkinson's painter who finally followed his dream. Mind-blowing, 3 genetic groups of grizzly bears align with 3 indigenous language tribes and same zip codes. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Refugees in Cameroon have turned a treeless desert camp into a thriving forest, look. 9-year-old hero unlocks dad's phone with his face to call 911 as carbon monoxide fills home and overtakes parents. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, November 7th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Thieves penetrate gated Ontario property to steal $90,000 worth of condoms. Return to sender, stolen Elvis bust is back in Illinois bar. Alligator crawls out of drain at Alabama apartment complex. Watch, arson suspect uses push lawnmower to run away, zooms past bumper-to-bumper traffic. DNA on discarded beer can help solve Orange County cold case. This one I'll remember the rest of my life. Twin Cities officer breaks up dueling eagles. Dang dang, the abandoned Shiba Inu sells for $25K at auction in China. Iraq PM Mustafa al-Kadhimi survives assassination attempt news. Brainwashing children, right-wingers attack Sesame Street Big Bird for promoting COVID vaccines. Fox on field briefly halts USC-Arizona State game. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Reinforcement learning makes for shitty AI teammates in co-op games. Solve snoring issues with pre-Black Friday savings on this sleep simulator. Expand your online data and keep it secure forever with pre-Black Friday bundle savings. The slippery slope of using AI and deepfakes to bring history to life. Everything you wanted to know about the metaverse, but were afraid to ask. This pre-Black Friday sale on in-depth JavaScript training can make you a true coder in 2022. Don't believe the headlines, AI isn't uncovering any art mysteries. How to make almost any digital piano sound like the real thing, Part 2. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, November 7th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA participates in UN Climate Change Conference. Coverage set for NASA's SpaceX Crew to return to Earth. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Park City, Provo, Moab in one congressional district as Utah lawmakers release redistricting maps. After developer forced 374 USU students to find new housing, others across U.S. complain of conditions at its properties. Utah investigating Silicon Slopes tech company Domo over CEO's remarks. Could Bayou finish a second consecutive season with a 10-win record? Ogden Restaurant Week is here to shake up your taste buds. Man fatally shot outside wedding in Midvale. Trick-or-treating, Utah only state to get more doorbell rings on Saturday than Sunday. Exhausted by holes in his heart, this Utah boy must wait for surgery as COVID-19 adds to hospital overcrowding. Presbyterian milestones in Utah, from meeting in a simple stable to convening in a majestic cathedral. At 150, Salt Lake City's first Presbyterian church strives to be the hands of Jesus. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. New study finds the world's most popular programming language, JavaScript. Facebook gives Kazakhstan government direct access to its content reporting system. Former Google CEO and Henry Kissinger manage age of AI's epoch-making transformations. America's FAA issues warning over concerns 5G might interfere with aviation altimeters. Will self-driving cars be able to handle bears? Amazingly, new commercial Amiga games are under development. Should police be allowed to demand your cell phone's passcode? Star system with right-angled planet surprises astronomers. Microsoft 365 will get natively integrated AI experiences. As debate drags on in Europe, the fate of daylight saving time remains in limbo. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. One dead in St. Charles mobile home fire. One dead following I-270 crash near Gravois Road. Man shot inside Biddle House shelter. St. Louis County Police find shooting victim while responding to car crash on I-55. A 1996 string of Missouri murders led to this America's Most Wanted manhunt. Fundraiser to help local 10-year-old with rare pain disorder. Today Dia de los Muertos event happening in historic Forest Park. Veterans Day parade held in person in downtown St. Louis. People leaving Illinois prisons will get state ID cards. St. Louis County Police locate missing 12-year-old girl who drove off with 2-year-old. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Driver missing after freeway crash that left passenger trapped. Driver suspected of DUI slams into CHP building, gets arrested. 83-year-old woman still missing in rural North County. News now, border reopening, odd overnight crashes and more top stories. Local concert safety top of mind after fatal crowd surge in Houston. Alvarez stops plan to become undisputed 168-pound champ. Man killed after exiting vehicle on freeway in Mission Valley. Toddler killed in freeway shooting on I-880 in Oakland, CHP. Man suspected of setting own home on fire, sheriffs. Knicks go wins Breeders' Cup Classic. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, November 7th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. White House facing onslaught of challenges to coronavirus vaccine rules. Kids and the COVID vaccine, what not to do before they get the shot. Mountain lion running across Highway 92 in San Mateo hit by police car. Napa man sentenced to 27 years to life in prison for trying to kill wife. Former Salinas High School teacher pleads no contest to having sex with students. Atmospheric river expected to sweep Bay Area, trap the storm. Travis Scott devastated by crowd deaths as critics say he should have stopped the show. These are the most hated Thanksgiving foods, survey says. Man shot to death while attempting to rob 77-year-old man in Chicago. 2 dead, 2 injured in shooting at Oakley house party. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Ryan passes for 343 yards, 2 TDs as Falcons top Saints 27-25. The latest, Chiefs take 13-0 lead over Rodgers-less Packers. Atlanta United beats Cincinnati 2-1, earns playoff berth. Broncos beat Cowboys 30-16 as 6-game Dallas win streak ends. McKinney has 2 picks, Giants edge Raiders 23-16. Bensonville officer recovering from shooting, suspected denied bail. They were like brothers, best friends from Naperville among 8 dead at Houston concert. Nervous and excited Derek King prepared to lead Blackhawks. Who wears the power sweater vest better, Democrats or Republicans? Oh my God, where are these kids? How COVID-19 obscured true picture of homeless suburban students. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Terry 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Sandra 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Wanda 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, November 7th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Families identify 7 of 8 victims killed in Astroworld Festival. We are all devastated. 8 dead, hundreds injured at Astroworld Fest Friday night, hours after stampede. Father identifies a known Astroworld Fest victim as his 21-year-old son Axel Acosta. Medical examiner seeks help identifying Astroworld Festival victim. Remembering Jeopardy! Legend Alex Trebek 1 year after his death. Marine Corps celebrates 246th birthday. What to know about U.S. military branch. Travis Scott's concerts known for chaos before deadly Astroworld crowd surge. What is a crowd surge? Crushing deaths at events like Astroworld have long history. Another beautiful day while we await our late week cold front. Concert from Hell, Astroworld Fest attendees describe chaos. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Virginia Gov, elect Youngkin releases tax information. AP fact check, Biden hypes $1 trillion bill impact on electric cars. Chicago Cubs pick up LHP Wade Miley's $10 million option. Freeman voted Babe Ruth Award as postseason MVP by NYBBWAA. NASCAR Championship pits best at Hendrick versus best at Gibbs. Browns place All-Pro tackle Conklin on injured reserve. Biden hails infrastructure win as monumental step forward. Sudan activists reject power sharing, call for strikes. Local Democrats warn party, growing Republican wave is real. Dems end deadlock, House hands Biden infrastructure win. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, congrats Wirecutter, this is the most disgusting product review we've ever seen. Annual pumpkin smash will let you rage on gourds for the environment. New York to reap billions of dollars for mass transit in monumental infrastructure bill. NYC residents can weigh in on proposed redistricting maps at hearings starting next week. A wondrous Afrofuturism period room opens at the Met Museum. Wins for NYC council seats and taxi debt relief deal showcase political might of South Asians. Thousands of NYC police officers, firefighters want COVID vaccine exemptions, most won't get them. Head of the snake of NJ Democratic power is cut off in Trenton. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. UN mourns with Sierra Leone, pledges all necessary support following deadly tanker crash. Vaccinating refugees in Indonesia, for the benefit of all. COP26, Indigenous Peoples, Protests, and a call to end the war on nature. Rebuilding a Future for the Displaced People of Burkina Faso, a resident coordinator blog. Finance nature-based solutions to quiet nature's wrath, experts. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. 5-year-olds soon have to show vaccine cards in San Francisco. California's attempt to hobble gifted students over racial disparities starting to backfire. Appeals court stays vaccine mandate on larger businesses. New patent proposes digital surveillance to vaccinate people based on social credit style scores. Asteroid the size of Eiffel Tower heading for Earth in December. McAfee absolutely trashes Rachel Maddow. UN-backed Banker Alliance announces green plan to transform the global financial system. Even censorship-loving Google opposes Canada's mass censorship plans. Stock prices are dangerously diverging, mega banks close in a sea of red ink as S&P 500 hits an historic record. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Astronauts grew these chili peppers on the space station. Biden hails infrastructure win as monumental step forward. Was the piano once called the piano fort? Is a train locomotive embedded in the foundation of the Golden Gate Bridge? SpaceX toilet broken for returning crew, stuck using diapers. Prosecutor in Andrew Cuomo's groping case seeks more time. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Best friends travel to Astroworld to celebrate a birthday, neither made it home. Liz Cheney to Fox News, un-American to call January 6th a false flag. CNN anchor presses Dem senator, are Democrats too woke? The children who suffered when a U.S. nuclear test went wrong. Canelo Alvarez proves he's the best boxer alive. Queen Elizabeth feels fine, and wants the world to know it. OMG, I want that house, Sonoma, CA. Leaked document shows how legal weed could go horribly wrong. The porn stars giving the middle finger to Father Time. Where the hell is Kim Jong-un's Eric Clapton obsessed brother? The next headlines are from the New York Post. Jets play Mike White over Zach Wilson this week wouldn't change future plan. Jordan Love's girlfriend, mom stuck in last row for his first NFL start. Potential Yankees free agent, trade targets this offseason. Leticia James appeals to Latino voters at Somos retreat in Puerto Rico. Travis Scott is sued over predictable and preventable tragedy at Astroworld. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Gottlieb predicts broad immunity among children as more get vaccinated. The science of yawning. Pediatrician Claire Boogert stresses safety of COVID-19 vaccine for kids. America marks sobering COVID milestone amid new hope for kids. Advice from a dinosaur, don't choose extinction. Powering the future, the drive for lithium. Batteries and the new lithium gold rush. Why we yawn. Protesters march the streets of Scotland for climate change. Tens of thousands march outside UN Climate Summit in Glasgow. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Matt Damon is the face of Crypto.com. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. De Blasio stiffs nonprofits helping struggling years out of $120 million, group says. White House will fight for business COVID vax mandate, says Surgeon General Murthy. Democratic losses in NY spark calls for unity and raise questions about fate of progressive measures in Albany. 15-year-old Georgia football player who collapsed at practice died of abnormal heart rhythm, coroner. Dems await cost details of Biden's Build Back Better plan, NJ lawmaker says. Man accused of shooting disgraced SC lawyer Alex Murdaugh in staged murder attempts due in court on drug charges. Democrats look for lessons in lost elections nationwide. California toddler fatally shot by stray bullet fired into car on highway. NYC Mayor-elect Eric Adams voices hope for safe ending to school mask mandate. Big Bird announced he got his COVID-19 vaccine. Ted Cruz called it government propaganda. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. orders some employees to leave Ethiopia as war escalates. Korea stages artillery firing drill in latest weapons test. Navy launches ship named for gay rights leader Harvey Milk. U.S. government finalizes first land allotments under 2019 law. Oil tanker explodes in Sierra Leone, killing at least 92. Troopers, Coast Guard helicopter rescues 7 iced-in at remote Alaska camp. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. No bail for man accused of shooting Bensenville police officer 8 times during domestic call. Man charged in killing of pregnant woman whose body was found in lake near Waukegan Harbor. People participate in the 2021 Skyrise Chicago. Man stabs a 70-year-old grandfather to death, is fatally shot by Will County Sheriff's deputies. 21-year-old student from Naperville among those killed at Astroworld. Bensenville police officer shot while responding to domestic disturbance. Retired CFD captain, 77, fatally shoots would-be robber in Southside Burnside neighborhood, officials say. Missing 23-year-old Ayaki Bhaskaran's body recovered from Chicago River in South Loop. 4 dead, at least 14 others, including a 4-year-old boy, wounded in city shooting since late Friday afternoon, police say. Jury hears from family of men Kyle Rittenhouse killed. The following headlines are from phys.org. Explainer, how warming affects Arctic sea ice, polar bears. Slave room discovered at Pompeii in rare find. Ice on the edge of survival, warming is changing the Arctic. Astronauts to return from space station next week, NASA. Denver Zoo reports world's first coronavirus cases in hyenas. Flash floods in Bosnia prompt evacuations, power outages. No toilet for returning SpaceX crew, stuck using diapers. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, November 7th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Uncertainty is uncomfortable. Here's how we can learn to live with it. 8 inspirational sayings from Charles Darwin. Evidence shows humans may have introduced now extinct wolf to the Falkland Islands. 5 eccentric facts about Isaac Newton. What causes brain freeze? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Crew tops fire 2-0 but defending champs miss playoffs. Ola Kamara scores twice, DC United beats Toronto FC 3-1. Red Bulls tie 1-1 with Nashville and secure a playoff spot. Miami tops first place New England 1-0 on Matuidi goal. Aspiring border agent, dancer, engineer among concert dead. Taylor returns, yet isn't enough to help Texans end slide. Durant scores 31 points, Nets beat Raptors for 5th straight. Hovland buries the field and repeats his winner at Mayakoba. Pugh's goal gives Red Stars 1-0 playoff win over Gotham. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. 49ers Cardinals halftime report, penalties, turnovers put 49ers in familiar hole at home. CCS football playoffs, 5 things we learned from seeding meeting. 49ers Armstead draws controversial penalty, Cardinals converted into points. Joe Pera reveals the secrets behind TV's quietest, most artful comedy. Get back, dude. Los Angeles Police Department releases video of officer shooting dog with beanbag round. Endangered label will help protect leatherback turtles but won't save their falling populations. 49ers pregame report, Cardinals stars Murray and Hopkins out, Debo and Mitchell in for Niners. Here's when and where Monday's atmospheric river storm will hit. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Brown, Columbia, Cornell are focus of bomb threats. Inside the Beltway, Kirk Lippold, USS Cole commander, on peace through strength. Dossier source was also spokesman for Russian firm falsely accused of computer hack. Saudi Arabia close to joining Abraham Accords with Israel, UAE. Infrastructure victory threatens Biden budget bill after Democratic infighting. Eternals opens with $71 but audience response is mixed. Iran looks to shift blame for Iraqi assassination attempt to U.S. Biden condemns drone attack targeting Iraqi PM. Average U.S. price of gas jumps by 5 cents over past 2 weeks. The next headlines are from The Intercept. After Afghanistan disaster, the Pentagon is on track to get even more money. Mine workers from across Appalachia arrested outside BlackRock headquarters in New York City. In Honduras land battles, paramilitaries infiltrate local groups, then kill their leaders. As states prepare for redistricting, prison gerrymandering will skew new lines. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, November 7th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man fatally shot in McKinley Park parking lot. Jennifer Hudson daytime talk show in the works, report. Struggling Bears coach Matt Nagy faces all-time great in Steelers Mike Tomlin. Carlos Rodon doesn't receive qualifying offer from White Sox. Vikings fall to Ravens 34-31 in overtime. Kyle Davidson boldly taking charge of Blackhawks, starting with Jeremy Colliton firing. Cubs co-owner Todd Ricketts, Trump fundraiser, bowing out as Republican National Committee Finance Chair. Student from Naperville killed during Astroworld crowd surge. Driven by hugely talented cast, Pump Boys and Dinette serves up a good all-time. Bulls search for explanations to slow starts. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, November 7th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Opinion: the Astroworld tragedy. Astroworld deaths and injuries shutdown festival. The next headlines are about world records making news. German man sets record for massive herring salad, DW, English. The fastest man ever to run the New York City Marathon has arrived, the New York Times. Real Madrid set to offer forward a world record 7-year contract with a 940 release clause, Sportbubble. Banks's Trolley Hunters painting might break another art world record, Inside Edition. Liam gets world record 137 Super Mario 64 speedrun after a year-long disappearance, Invent Global. Bridgewater Carnival returns with world record squibbing display, ITV News. Mohammad Rizwan breaks Chris Gale's world record, SAMAA. Watch, Leonid Stanislavski holds the Guinness World Record as the world's oldest tennis, latest tweet, latest lie. Final session witnesses 2 world records, AWJR and 1 European mark as European SC and Swimming World Magazine. When did Jeopardy! Icon Alex Trebek break a Guinness World Record? Showbiz cheat sheet. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Kumsantar have a spoilery chat about this week's Doctor Who. Eternals director Chloe Zhao talks about those 2 post-credits scenes. Black Adam wants to be PG-13 and let the bodies hit the floor. More than 2 weeks later, we still don't know who saved the La Palma dogs. What is COP26 and why is it important? Democratic senators assure UN negotiators Build Back Better is very close to passing. Apple fixes macOS Monterey bug that left Macs unable to turn on after update. A new Black Lotus BTS video talks about honoring Blade Runner's legacy. We talked to congressional Republicans at UN Climate talks about their rational approach. Mattel wanted its remote workers to be okay with regular surprise visits from the boss. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mariental in Namibia at 109.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 69.16 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 56.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. So what is the metaverse, exactly? 11 tries to adjust to SoCal life in underwhelming Stranger Things S4 teaser. Here are the best early Black Friday deals we're seeing this weekend, updated. Tag-along robots follow you to learn where you go. These parents built a school app and the city called the cops. It's time to delete carbon from the atmosphere, but how? The following headlines are from Raw Story. Anti-vax Illinois teacher who'd ranted at school board meetings for months was actually vaccinated. Trump says he'll be very involved in 2022, but that wasn't true in Virginia. C-SPAN host raked over the coals for letting Matt Schlapp spew lies about 2020 election for an hour. Marjorie Taylor Greene floats new anti-vax conspiracy theory in Twitter rant. How can anyone possibly survive? TV anchor hammers GOP lawmaker with questions about the minimum wage. Steve Bannon is creating an army of duped people with his dangerous podcasts, CNN analyst. You cannot fix stupid. Former GOP lawmaker flattens Marjorie Taylor Greene over her latest meltdown. The Republican Party is worse now than it was a year ago, former GOP official. Liz Cheney unloads to Chris Wallace, Tucker Carlson is un-American for false flag lie about January 6. 4 seasons total documentary captures the Trump campaign's emperor has no close moment. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. SNL finally has a truly great Trump impersonator. Is Elon Musk really making investing decisions via Twitter poll? 5 things you didn't know were in Build Back Better. Today, let us celebrate the 4 seasons total landscaping anniversary. These hidden carbon sinks may prove crucial for our survival. 1 year ago, Biden won. Republicans still won't accept it. We lost a champion of gun safety last week. Progressives helped Biden pass his infrastructure bill, but they gave up their leverage. COP26 not so hopeful for nations in the throes of a climate emergency. Moby Doo, whale crap happens, and it's great for the planet. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The search for another Earth across the galaxy heats up, CNN. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, November 7, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. So you think you found aliens, now what? That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, November 7, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.